After a grueling, hard-fought game against Team Canada on Saturday, I was expecting for Team USA to throttle Team Sweden. Unfortunately, that did not happen, but Team USA is shorthanded. We have a lot to break down in today's episode of Locked On Devils, coming to you from TD Garden. Buckle up, everybody.
You're Locked On Devils, your daily podcast on the New Jersey Devils, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi, this is Bryce Salvador, and you're Locked On Devils with Trey Matthews.
Scores! Oh, Steven stepped up, nailed him. Brodor's got the puck. What a shot. The Devils win the Stanley Cup.
Alrighty now, what is up, New Jersey? Welcome back to the Locked On Devils podcast here at the Locked On Network. I'm your host, Kyle Chalky play announcer, Devils Wire, Pucks and Pitchforks, and also part-time credential media member, Trey Matthews, coming to you from TD Garden, site of the Four Nations Face-Off Tournament, where Team USA dropped their latest matchup against Team Sweden by a score of 2-1. USA was kind of shorthanded, and we're going to talk about that a lot throughout the course of this episode. And honestly, they have their eyes set for Thursday's championship game because this wasn't a really good on-court performance from their game on Saturday against Team Canada. I'm really hoping that the rematch from that game is better than what Team USA performed against Team Sweden. We'll hear from Jesper Bratt, and I will also give you my thoughts on the injury situations surrounding Team USA. That'll be saved for the second and third segments, but let's kick off today's show with my main takeaways. Let's do something that most Devils fans have grown numb to, which is look at the players who did not participate in tonight's game. Austin Matthews was out due to a supposed upper body injury. However, rumors are circulating that he was actually dealing with an illness. It's that time of the year. Make sure you wash your hands. So he was scratched. Charlie McAvoy was scratched. Matthew Tkachuk was scratched. Connor Hellebuck was scratched. Brady Tkachuk got hurt after he went crashing into the goalpost and went down the tunnel. I respect him and his brother's competitive spirit, emotional leadership, and willing to plow through anyone. However, that's sometimes the risk that comes with that style of play. He did return to the game, but ultimately Mike Sullivan decided to keep him on the sidelines the rest of the game. Vincent Trocheck left the first period early, but returned to the game. So we're going to talk about how the injury bug might affect Team USA in Thursday's championship game. Fingers crossed that they bring a healthy roster. So Team USA in this game was rocking with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen. Before we get into the game notes, let me just say this. The energy was electrifying, especially when the Star-Spangled Banner played. That was the loudest I've heard the building get so far, and I am pumped for Thursday's championship game. I can't wait to see the fans go into a lather when the national anthems are playing, when the players are introduced. We've already seen a hostile Canadian environment. Let's see a hostile American environment. Team USA, Team Canada, the two headliners for this tournament. All right, puck drop. USA scored like 30 seconds into the game thanks to Chris Kreider. Just poor rebound control by Samuel Errson. After that, Gustav Nyquist got the equalizer goal that honestly wasn't Jake Ottinger's fault because it kind of took a funny hop. Some members of the media, myself included, we were looking at it like 3 or 4 times. We were just like, how did that find the back of the net? Like, what happened? And honestly, just a funny hop, nothing that Ottinger can really do. Okay, game is tied. But the final minute of period 1, Jesper Bratt sniped one to give Sweden the lead. That was the game-winning goal. We've seen Bratter do that time and time again. Just a quick turnaround shot, poetry in motion. It was just incredible to see. Obviously, I'm rooting for Team USA in this case because I myself am American, but even I was impressed with the overall outing from Jesper Bratt and Team Sweden. But that is not the main talking point, in my opinion. The main star of this game was Samuel Errson because he locked in. Yes, he sacrificed the first goal within the first 30 seconds of this game, but he was willing Sweden to victory. He can sometimes be streaky, and Devils fans have seen that firsthand because I remember in the couple games that I covered between the Devils and Flyers in the first matchup, Errson, he was just a brick wall. But the very next game, he was pulled from the matchup because he was sacrificing so many goals. Like I said, streaky player, but he really came to play in this matchup. He usually has trouble with redirects, but he was stopping a lot of those from Team USA. I was rather impressed. Team USA throughout the game generated a lot of good looks, but once again, Errson was just locked and loaded. And to make matters even worse or even better, depends on which side you're on, he wasn't even supposed to be in this tournament. He was a late replacement for the injured Jacob Markstrom. So I know Jesper Bratt was the player of the game because he got the game-winning goal toward the end of the first period. But Team Sweden does not win this game without Samuel Errson. He was phenomenal in between the pipes, and I got to give credit when credit is due. Okay, we're going to hear from Jesper Bratt momentarily, but before we continue, let me tell you guys about Wonderful Pistachios. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats that keep you feeling fuller all day long. Personally, I love the no shells variety. It's perfect grab and go snack for busy days. As you guys know, I'm constantly on the road, constantly traveling. So getting that sort of snack really does wonders for me. Get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. Okay. All the goals came in the first period between both teams. Chris Kreider scored the opening goal. Then Gustav Nyquist got the equalizer. Then Jesper Bratt, to close out the period, got the game-winning goal. That was it. That was all the goal scoring. So Jesper Bratt getting the game-winning goal, he was named player of the game. We had the chance to speak with Jesper post-game. Here's his media availability. Take a listen.
You scored the game winner in the final game. First off, for you, can you break down that play for us that led to that goal, especially the screen in front?
Yeah, I mean, Willie had a good zone entry there, and I guess he does what he does best, pull up and find late guys. And I don't know if he was looking for Carlson on the weak side or me, but just found myself in a good spot, and Joel had a great net front. I don't think Ottinger saw anything of that puck, so he did a good job, and just overall in our line a good job.
For you to get those honors and to score in a best-on-best tournament representing your country, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, obviously it's an honor. Putting on that jersey is really, really special to me, and I know it is to everyone in here, and that's how we showed up now before the last game to really end this tournament the best way possible for us. We knew that game maybe considered this in this tournament didn't mean a lot, but for us and the guys in this room and for our country, it meant a lot for us to get that win, and especially build that feeling in this room and the guys that are around here to going into future tournaments with this group of guys.
Playing against Jack, I saw you threw a hit on him, so how did you feel he did, and what went into that hit for you?
Yeah, no, I felt like I don't know how many times we get to play against each other, so I got to take advantage of, give him a little bump, and no, he was obviously playing great. I mean, you can really tell how skilled he is, and it was cool to be a part of that on the other side of the ice. But obviously, I'm happy that we got the win as well.
Where does this experience rank for you in your career?
I mean, it's super special. I mean, in my career in Jersey, I mean, the biggest accomplishments that I have there so far is beating the Rangers in Game 7, and which was super cool. And this is definitely up there being the coolest thing, especially how proud you are to be representing your country in a best on best that haven't happened in a lot of years. So this was something very special, and I will always remember this.
Jesper, it's best on best, all of the talent from around the NHL. Were you able to learn anything from some of your teammates to try to grow your game a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, you learn every day. You're surrounded by so many amazing people and players as well, and everyone. When it comes to taking care of yourself, when it comes to working extra on the ice, and I mean, you just learn small things every day just by watching people. So they say to surround yourself with great people, and that's how it is to be around a group like this. So I definitely learned a lot, and gonna take a lot away from this experience.
What can you say about Errson in net? Seems like he was stopping everything in sight.
Yeah, he was super calm. He was really great for us today, and I mean, he came in with so much confidence, and he played really well. It was good to see.
Did you hear from Marky at all during this tournament? Any text from him?
We texted early on. Obviously, I think he probably didn't feel like he wanted to be too much. Not that he would ever be a distraction. He's an amazing guy and a friend, but he probably just wanted me and the team to let us do our thing. And we definitely talked, though. He definitely sent his support from home, and he was being a great support for us. And obviously, we really missed him here, and we would love to have him with us in the group. But seems like he's doing well and he's getting ready.
Following up on that, what are you the most excited for to get back to the Prudential Center and compete on the Devils once again?
I mean, first of all, see the guys again. I mean, we're such a tight group there in with the Devils, and it's always great to come back from a little break from each other to see everyone. And I mean, we got a really fun stretch of hockey in front of us right now, so I'm pumped for that, and I'm excited to really get to work with the guys again.
What did you see from Leo Carlson getting a chance to play tonight?
I thought he looked really good. I mean, he's a great player. When last time we don't get to play him too often since it's the West Coast, but last time we played him in Anaheim, he had a great game, and I really saw how much he grew over that 1 year period from his rookie year. So I thought he had a great game. Skated well, moved the puck well. It's going to be exciting to keep following his journey.
How bright is the future there when you see what he's already doing in the NHL?
Yeah, I mean, he's so skilled. He's got the size, he's got the speed, and really dynamic. So I think he's got a really bright future.
Did you notice anything as a competitor against Jack Hughes? Because you talked about the battles you two were having throughout the game, but looking at it from the opposition, was it just like, wow, he actually does this against his opponents?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you definitely realize that, and especially when he has the puck on the power play. There was a couple times that I was having a little tough time with him skating around with the puck on the power play when I was in the PK. So, but at the same time, this game didn't matter as much to them as it mattered to us, and I'm very happy for him that he's been doing well. And obviously, I wanted to be in the final myself, but at the same time, I wish him luck.
What are you going to remember from this Four Nations experience?
So many things. Being around the guys, and I mean, competing on the highest level that you can possibly do right now. Both the Canada game against Canada and the U.S. game here, the Finland game. I can take out so much from each game that was really special.
Yeah, what's it like being, the opponent in two home team games?
Yeah, it was cool. I think we probably got one of the best schedules there that we get to play against both the home teams. So it was really special, and I'm very happy that we got to be a part of that, and I really just try to sink everything in.
Best player in the NHL? Well, I wouldn't really go that far, but Jesper is certainly one of the best players on the Devils, and I'm glad that he sort of got that national attention and being put on a pedestal because he deserves it. He's one of the more underrated players in the NHL, one of the fastest players in the league, I would argue, and he just gets overshadowed by Nico Hischier and his line mate, Jack Hughes. And similar to what he said during his media availability, it was a little weird to see Jack and Jesper go mano-y-mano early on in the game, Jesper laid a small hit on Jack, and then towards the end of the game, I think Bratter was trying to get the empty netter goal, and he was bobbing and weaving through a few USA players, including Jack Hughes. So it was a little weird to see, and hopefully I never have to see that in the NHL. As long as I hope Jesper and Jack play on the same team throughout the course of their careers. Obviously, a lot can happen, but I don't even want to think about that for right now. It was just a little weird because I'm so used to seeing them work hand in hand on the same line. But digressing a little bit, like I said in the first segment, Team USA, there was really nothing at stake. They're already locked into the championship game on Thursday, and Team Sweden, obviously they don't want to leave this tournament empty-handed, so they had a bit of a chip on their shoulder, if you ask me, and Errson was doing whatever it took to say no to Team USA. Anything they threw at him, he just gave it right back. So at least Team Sweden walked away with something, and I'm sure it's not the ending that they would have liked, because I'm sure they would have liked a better chance of maybe getting to the championship game. But at the end of the day, Team USA and Team Canada, they're the more talented teams in this tournament, and it shouldn't come as a shock that both of them are going to be in the championship game. Now it comes down to who's going to win, and that's going to spark an interesting debate. Okay, let's recap. Courtesy of Chris Johnson, here's a list of players that were out or dealing with something. Matthew Tkachuk, out as a precaution. Austin Matthews, out as a precaution. Brady Tkachuk crashes into post, goes to room and returns, plays one shift. Vincent Trocheck down the tunnel before the period ends, and Charlie McAvoy did not play in this game as well. So yeah, Team USA is dealing with some injuries, and that has people a little concerned going into the championship game. Will Team USA be healthy enough to compete with Team Canada? Well, we spoke to Mike Sullivan post-game, and he was asked a few questions about the injury circumstance, and he basically reassured to the media that he kept some people out due to precautionary reasons. For example, Brady Tkachuk went crashing into the post. He did return momentarily, but Mike Sullivan felt as though it was best to keep him out as a precautionary reason. Same with Matthew Tkachuk. So I think it's safe to say that we'll still see the Tkachuk brothers in Thursday's game, and I think these next couple of days can really help Team USA recover a little bit. According to my colleague Armando Velez, who is a host of Locked On Panthers, he put this out on social media and said Matthew Tkachuk was asked at the end of the interview with the broadcast crew on TNT how he's feeling about playing Thursday, and he answered with a hesitant laugh, "Let's just say I'm really excited for that one." So take it however you want to take it. Rumor was going around that Austin Matthews wasn't really dealing with an upper body injury, more of just an illness, because he did skate this morning at the time of this recording. So a lot of people are wondering, is Mike Sullivan telling the truth? Well, I'll take his word for it. If there's no reason to be concerned on his end, then I'm honestly not concerned on my end. We're just going to have to see what happens. But if it doesn't improve for Team USA, then that's a little concerning going up against a Team Canada unit that just won their latest matchup against Finland and have a lot of momentum on their side, led by Sidney Crosby. And I said it in the prior episode, Sidney Crosby is treating everything like a Game 7 for right now, and he has appeared in 8 career Game 7s. One of the best all time. That's just my thing. So I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure Brady Tkachuk would have liked to continue the rest of the game, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not the head coach, so I'll take their word for it. But Charlie McAvoy, it's rumored that he might not appear in the championship game. That's not for certain. And if you recall, McAvoy had a big hit on McDavid, and I think that changed the course of the game a little bit, because after that, Team USA had a lot of energy on their side, and they beat Team Canada on their home ice in Montreal. So just worth mentioning that. We'll see what happens, and obviously I'll keep you guys updated throughout these next couple of days. So I'm sure the players will use one day to rest and then another day to practice. I haven't received the schedule yet, but we'll see what occurs. But if Team USA is fully healthy against Team Canada, then I am picking Team USA to get gold and win this entire tournament. And I can't wait to see the energy inside TD Garden, because it was electrifying before the start of the game. And I think it's going to go up a notch with Team Canada playing Team USA. Let me know your thoughts. What did you think of this lackluster performance from Team USA? Keep in mind they were shorthanded. And are you happy that Team Sweden walked away with something at the expense of Team USA? Devils fans, you should be excited. I mean, Jesper Bratt, he got the game-winning goal. That's still something to talk about. I know it's not Jack Hughes, but hey, Jesper Bratt is still an all-star for the Devils. Leave a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on podcast streaming service, hit me up on my personal X Page app at TreyMatt4 or the show's X Page app at Locked On Devils. As for his episode, that's all the time I have for you. Continue to stay safe. Have a wonderful day, New Jersey. Go Devils. I'll catch you guys next episode. Thanks for listening once again. Trey Matthews signing out from TD Garden.